Yes, we are live. I'm not hearing you from here. Are you sure your mic is not muted? Your mic is muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
I said that. Are you able to ascertain where they heard me last so I can repeat myself second?
Uh, okay. Can you is your slide live now?
Yes, it is. So just pull it up.
Okay. Uh, okay. Can you just do a summary and then let's go to? I think we're somewhere here. We're somewhere here. This monetizing your knowledge content marketing.
Okay, so no problem. It's okay.
All right.
All right. So far, we have looked at a transverse through the different economic times that led us up to the digital economy and the knowledge economy. And we also have discussed about the advantages of the digital economy, where we looked at global reach, flexible work environment, your ability to scale your business. So if you're able to reach just 5 customers with a brick and mortar business, if you're on the online and the digital economy, you are able to reach like 50, 100, 1,000. Then of course you're able to work on your cost efficiency because you're spending on lower business costs. Then, of course, you have diverse revenue streams. If you're doing with the knowledge economy, you can put up webinars, products, ebooks, done for you, which we call DFY, and done with you, DWY. You can put up each of these products for your audience. And of course, there's personal branding opportunities. I mentioned that because I had built a brand in this space and had created a headspace in the minds of people. That is the only reason why I could come on such platform or this amazing platform to mentor educators like you. So leveraging the digital economy gives you the ability to build your personal brand. And your personal brand is one of your best assets in the 21st century and in enabling you leverage and harness the digital economy. You don't buy from people you do not know. You cannot, nobody will buy from you. The chances that anyone will buy from you are lower if you don't have a personal brand. This is why that we always emphasize the KLT factor, the know, like, trust factor. It is the know, like, trust factor in business that helps you build that personal brand that your would-be clients or customers know, like, and trust. You can also learn to network and collaborate with other educators. We move to monetizing your knowledge. Now, in monetizing your knowledge, a strong anchor would be content marketing. Now, this would now take us to the conversation we were having on centralized media versus decentralized media. This is what shows us the strength of content in monetizing your knowledge. Now, I'm a millennial. I know that I have majorly Gen Zs here. You might not have these faces, but let me toss a dice. Can you recognize any face on your screen at the moment? I know that probably I have my baby boomers and my millennials. If anybody is here, that you will recognize these faces. But Gen Z, very slim, that you would really recognize these faces. Not slim, really. Not slim. Not slim. Maybe few of them. But if you can recognize any face here, let me know. But before I go on to you guys saying who these individuals are, at the time in the country, we didn't have internet. I know that to millennials, sorry, to Gen Z is shocking. Like there was a time there was no internet. Yes, there was a time we did letters. Of course, I know you know. I'm just being dramatic. So there was a time that the only source of entertainment for families and individuals was the television and the radio. And of course, because of the scarcity factor, getting airtime and access to these media broadcasting houses would cost you an arm, a leg, a kidney, then one of your ovaries if you're a woman. That's on a lighter note. So this meant that only the financially wealthy, influential individuals could get access on primetime television. So that means that if you had a show on AIT, Silverbird, Minaj, NTA, Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Network in the 90s, you were a big shot. So we had only very few individuals like Mo Abudu, Betty Rabo, Oprah Winfrey, Larry King Live, and Sandra Amata. This lady down, I can't really remember her name fully. Like Sandra Amata. These were the only individuals, and of course, a lot more people who could have access to the centralized media, because the centralized media had the bulk of the attention of the populace. It was damn expensive. But right now, even if content was king here, it was expensive. But with the advent of the digital economy, YouTube, the internet, streaming, these guys came on the scene. They came on the scene with the same content, but they could leverage something that we all have access to, which is the decentralized media. So media attention was now broken in pieces and bits. Facebook has a share, X.com, which is in Twitter, has a share, Instagram has a share, TikTok has a share, LinkedIn has a share, blogs have a share, podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts have a share. So that media that was centralized, if you're not watching AIT, you're watching this, you're on the radio, the attention has been taken from these individuals and has been put on the hands of ordinary people like me and you. All that we need to have is a device and probably a tripod, and we are good to create content. So Layo Wasabi, an individual like both of us, took his device one day and said, I have content. I'm going to shoot this content and I'll be consistently putting it out. Right now, he has over 1 million followers on Instagram, and his daily content averages 100,000 to 300,000 likes per post. That doesn't include the visibility of individuals who saw the content. We have Sisi Yemi, a university student in the UK, in 2014, decided to take up her phone and start recording her life, which is called vlogging. From there, she went into family content and cooking content. If you are here, high chances are that you've watched one Sisi Yemi cooking video or the other. We have on the left Tomike Adoye, an influencer who has a beautiful life, created the content, and she has a literal army of individuals who follow her. She calls them family members. Content. We have Hilda Basu, who won the Cookathon for Guinness World Record of last year. She has become a global, an internet sensation, and has millions of followers. If there is anything that these individuals in the centralized economy and the decentralized economy have in common, it is the fact that they have been able to leverage what we call content. We cannot talk about marketing and monetizing your knowledge without content. How do we know you know what you're going to teach us? How do we know you have the expertise to help? How do I like you? How do I know you? How do I trust you? If there is anything you're going to know about monetizing your knowledge and leveraging the digital economy, it is that until folks like you they can't give you their money. So you must be able to establish the KLT factor. I see you, I know you. I see your content. You've taught me something. I like you. From your content, I'm able to get your personality. I'm able to look at how your mind works. I'm able to interact with how you do things. So I'm beginning to like you. Then there's the last indicator, which is the trust factor. You've been consistent. You've built trust streams. So you're not just a random person who's coming to ask me to exchange money for nothing. I know you, I like you, and I trust you. And there is only one thing that would give you access to the hearts of your would-be audience: content. So monetizing your knowledge starts first with content marketing. Think of the last page you followed on Facebook. Think of the last page you followed on Facebook. The last, not entertainment now, educative page you followed. Why did you follow that page? I can tell you that it wasn't the face of the creator. I can tell you that it wasn't the aesthetics of the creator's page. That's for entertainment. If you follow an individual because of what you will learn, because you will be able to stretch your mental capacity and your mental capability. If you follow any of these individuals, it is because their content resonated with you and their content resonated with where you were at the time you met their content. At the moment, I'm the team lead for Africa's biggest parenting academy. And if there is anything that has enabled us build a strong army, one of the strongest armies in the parenting system and the family life system, it is content. So if you're a toddler parent and you're wondering, oh, I'm always yelling, there is a content that answers that. Oh, my child is getting into the stage where they're becoming aware of their sexuality. We have a content that tends to your sexual needs. If you have issues with disciplining your child, we have content. So every day, something is going up on Instagram, something is going up on Facebook, something is going up on WhatsApp, something is going up on Telegram. Content, content, content. So the first foundation is content. Content. So let's look at this quick quote about content. Bill Gates said that content is king. Gary, something on that name, says that content is king, context is God. Lee Odin says that content is the reason search began in the first place. And Anonymous says that content isn't just king, content is the kingdom. So whether you're going to leverage the knowledge economy or the digital economy, the in-between is your content. It's your content that will draw the community that will buy from you. It is your content that will attract the people who will trust your brand. It is your content that will give you the credibility to exchange monetary value for experiential value or knowledge value. Content. So when we talk about content marketing, what do you need to do? One is to understand the purpose of your content. Now, going to educate? Is it going to create awareness? Is it going to sensitize? Is it going to entertain? The next you would need to understand is your audience. Who is this content tailored for? If my content is towards the Gen Zs, I have to have a lot of Steves. Do you get what I'm saying? If my content is to the millennials are individuals who are typically in their late 20s, their early 30s. These guys are already thinking about legacy, they're thinking about life. So the content that will appeal to that demography of millennials won't appeal to Gen Zs. The content that will appeal to millennials won't appeal to baby boomers. Baby boomers are already thinking about, I'm getting into the afternoon phase of my life. I need to consolidate whatever I've done in my early 30s. They're thinking future. They're futuristic. They're doing an appraisal of what they have done with their life. So if I'm doing a baby boomer content for Gen Z, there's a problem. So you must understand your audience. And one way of doing this is to have your customer avatar. Who is this customer? Where are they located? What is their problem? What is their need? Where am I in the ecosystem? What experience do I have in the ecosystem that would solve this problem that my audience has? Do you see? So you must understand your audience like the back of your hands. The next would now be to now in understanding your audience, you're understanding their demography, you're understanding their needs, their preferences, and their pain points. Because oftentimes your product will now answer to the pain points that your audience has. From there, you now understand what content type would appeal to them. Am I going to do blogs? Am I going to do videos? Right now, short form videos are king. So we're looking at creating content, a 30-second video, a 30-second video, a 60-second video, a 90-second video will give you all the visibility you like. We have infographic, we have podcasts. Podcasts are the in thing right now. People just get mics and they're talking, talking, talking. So understand the content type that will speak to your audience. Some audience would be predominantly people who just prefer to read, swipe through carousels. Your audience are people who would like to sit and listen to interactions that involve podcasts. Your content are people who would like to watch videos. You must understand your content people, your content audience, and the content type that will speak to them. But if we're talking about content type, we can't do this without understanding the niche and even the expertise, experience, interest that we have that can be monetized. Now, this is where I will now do a quick rundown of my identify your knowledge gold mine activity. So, I'd like to have us in the comment section because we're going to do this together. So, you're asking, okay, what do I want to start talking about? I'm an educator. I am this. I have this experience. I have this interest in this. I like to do this. Do I have to say everything? Who is my demography? What do I want to solve for these people? Now, understanding, identifying your knowledge gold mine is an activity that I use to help individuals identify what they can begin to do, right? What they can begin to do based on the experiences, the knowledge, the expertise that they have gained in the time being. So, in the knowledge gold mine activity, I want you to write down, first of all, what you are good at and what you enjoy doing. Enjoy doing is enjoy doing, right? Good at involves your experience, expertise, the longest time you spent doing something, your natural inclinations, your natural giftings. For instance, I sincerely love singing. I love music. I love music. I sincerely love teaching. I love counseling. I have reading. Then my skills. I love making online courses. I have honed this talent over time. I love content writing. I do a fantastic job at writing. I love ideating, brainstorming, and creating ideas for brands. I love digital marketing. That's my thing. We look at products, we're creating structures and how we can best sell digital products. Now, I have so in my knowledge gold mine, this is what I have: singing, teaching, speaking, counseling, reading. And my skills, number one, I'm an educator, over 10 years in the bag, with various trainings and experiences that I have subjected myself to. I love making online courses. I have experience, 4 years experience, selling out courses to thousands of parents. It's an experience I have in the bag. I love content writing. 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years doing that. I love ideating. I have clients who pay tons of money. We sit down and we come up with ideas. I love digital marketing. These are my things I love to do. Now, the next step in the knowledge gold mine is now, what can I now cross off that will now take us to where I can begin to shine my light on? Number one thing I'm going to cross off is what I'm not experienced or qualified in. Number one, I can't sing without going off key. So it's not a strength. It's just something I like to do. I love listening to music. It's not going to bring anything to me. What I do is to talk about music. I love reading. It won't bring the money because it's a personal, preference. I love counseling people. I love to speak to people. But on the scale of things, since I'm not a professional counselor, I'll rarely make bucks from doing this alone. So I'll cross out counseling. The next thing I would now do is to take out the things that I'm not interested in. Even though I love public speaking. But at the time I wrote this, I wasn't in a place in my life where I would like to center on public speaking alone. So what am I going to do? I'll cross out public speaking. The next is content writing. Even though I love to write, I won't market content writing as a core for me. So I'll cross it out. I could use that skill for myself, but I will not monetize content writing. Now, this leaves us with online courses, ideating, and digital marketing. So, right here, I now know my knowledge gold mine, which are ideating, digital marketing, and online courses. Then it now takes us to step 4 of the knowledge gold mine activity, which is get rid of things that are not in demand. So you don't sell painkillers to people who have stomach ache. Or is that a good analogy? Okay, let me use this. You don't sell painkillers to an individual with blurry sight. You don't sell stomach, whatever that deals with the stomach, to a person who's having cramps in their hands. You don't sell ice to people who are in Antarctica. You don't sell warmers to people who are in Saudi Arabia. They don't need it. So, in choosing your knowledge gold mine, you must be asking all of these questions. But number 4 is just about, because you could be skilled in something, but that is not what people need. I want you to write this in the comment section. You can be skilled in something. You can know how to do something. It could be something you love, but the next person doesn't care a hoot about it. They don't care. Individuals have said, I've heard individuals say, that what people really care about is relationships, health, and money. So whatever you're doing should solve these key areas: relationships, parenting relationships, marital relationships. Number 2, health. How can I be healthy? How can I live longer? How can I do this? How can I take care of this part of my body? Then number 3, monetization. How can I earn? How can I make money? So my content stream, which is online courses and digital marketing, goes to that part of excuse me, of relate. Excuse me, I need to go on a water break. Now, whatever you're doing must meet the needs of people. What apologies, please. Whatever I'm doing must meet the needs of the people. I like to explain it to my clients as this: whatever product you're putting out should be a question that someone was asking yesterday. Whatever product you're putting out should and must be a question that someone asked yesterday. What's that question? How do I do this? Your product should be answering that question. So create products that answer questions in people's hearts. Let me see what's in the comment section. Create products that answer question in people's hearts. 1 second, please. Let me take water. Sorry, I needed to go on the water break. We're back. So I'm taking my time to explain this because a lot of people put out courses, but no one buys those courses from them. Why? They are putting out courses they think that people need. So my simple framework in launching courses after dedicating time to content. So you must spend time pushing out content. I remember when I started in 2020, it was COVID year, and I needed to turn to parents. What I did, even unknowingly, was to begin to establish my expertise. I put out regular content, video content, blogs, written text. I started running free webinars. Started running free webinars. I had communities. I trained tons of people. Now, my next product after my free product was now an answer to their questions. Now, it was the COVID year, children weren't going to school, parents who could not teach their children were there, they were frustrated. So I had tons of parents asking the question, so what's next? How do I teach my child? How my child just be at home playing? Will they not learn? So guess what? The product I came up with was a homeschooling something, something, something. Basically teaching parents how to teach. The first book I wrote was Teaching Made Easy. I took my 4 years in the university studying education, condensed it to a 60-page ebook, and I sold it. Those were my first online products. What were those products doing? Answering questions. Until you create products that answer questions, you're creating products for yourself. So you must x-ray your audience to ensure that this niche that I want to centralize on is what is a need and not a wish. I can wish to do something, but that until it becomes a need, I won't back it up with an action. So that's it for identifying your knowledge goldmine. Now, there is a whole framework to identifying your niche and to identifying your niche. When I share the longer part of this course, we're going to all have all of that. So we'll now look at, okay, how do I identify my niche and all of that? It's going to be more expository, and it's going to be broken down in a way that you can easily understand it. Now let's look at monetization strategies. You started creating content, you've identified the area, you've identified the demography, you've identified the pain points of the people that you want to target. The next is, how do I sell? So then can I have someone in the comment section type, how do I sell? How do I sell? How do I sell? The next first thing in selling is to identify your niche, your expertise, your skills, and your knowledge. In identifying your niche, quickly understand your expertise, do a market research, analyze competition, define your value proposition. What is the benefit of your niche to your audience? What question is that product, is that niche, is that knowledge gold mine answering? Then the next thing is to develop your products. If you identify your niche, the first product you should create should already be a product that is answering a question. So instead of putting out content consistently in the comment section, when I put out my course, Teach Your Child to Write, it was a question, a random question. Coach P, my child is 3 years old and my child is not writing. My child's teacher flogged them, blah, blah, blah. I put out a course that did 6 figures in few weeks just by a simple question in the comment section. So once you've identified your niche, It's going to give you the idea generation of the first product. If you do this right, there's going to be a reverberation of questions from your audience. That is now the answer the product is giving. It's a very simple hack. Of course, you now get into the idea generation. Okay, where do I focus on? What is the product type? Is it going to be a webinar? Is it going to be a course? Is it going to be a one-on-one coaching? Is it going to be a mastermind? From there, you create your content outline. Okay, if I want to help parents who have children with low confidence, what do I think these parents need to know? If I'm going to create a course on potty training, what do I think these parents need to know? From there, you now look at your content creation process, whether the process we have marketing, we have creating the course, we have creating the community and all of that good stuff. We now move to finalization and launch. What are these product types? We have ebooks. Ebooks are suitable for in-depth guides, step-by-step processes, comprehensive strategies. We have online courses. Online courses are best for structured learning. For instance, what you guys have here is almost like an online course, a mastermind. It's structured. You've had, I know from what I can see, this is course three. So you've had course one that has covered what you need to know. You have course two that has covered what you need to know. It's structured. Do you see? We have webinars. Webinars is like a mini course. It's good for live interaction. Like this is a webinar inside a course or inside the mastermind. We have webinars for live interaction, Q&A sessions, real-time demonstrations. We have workshops. Workshops are good for hands-on learning experiences. We have templates and toolkits. I thought when we started, we talked about. I explained my create money on demand strategy. I use it every time. Every time money hooks me like this. I don't reject. I'm not scared. I don't worry. I'm not scared. All I need to do is to put out the course and I create money on demand. 2022. I like to give you real life examples of how these things have worked for me. Like I mentioned, I'm not here to teach you theories. I'm here to teach you what I do on a steady to make revenue as an educator. 2022 May, we needed to pay the rent for um, one of our businesses, and hobby was tight on cash. He was tight on cash, so it was it was about the 24th of May. Children's Day was supposed to be for 27th of May. So I was like, God, how do I create money? How do we make? Because it was a deadline. The deadline was the 27th. We're going to lose that property we're trying to get. And I was like, God, how do I do this? It was as if everywhere was tight on cash. I sat down, thought of creating a template and a toolkit for toddler parents. I didn't create it yet because I had created content, I had built the KLT factor, and had built a community. I should talk about community in the recorded video. I created a community. So there was a community of parents who were waiting for me. All I needed to come was I designed the flyer, went to my community to see without designing the product. So that on 27th May, I'm going to open the pre-order for a toddler's learning toolkit. It's just going to be for 3,000 naira. You get tons of blah, 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 for your toddler's learning from the 27th. That day alone, my community, I didn't take it outside my community. A lot of the products, if you go on my page, you would see very few marketing products. But do I sell products? Yes. Why? I have a community I'm able to leverage. I launched the Learn View Reading Clinic, an online school. I mentioned, if you go on my Facebook page, it's not there. You go on my Instagram, it's not there. But as of June, I sold out. I sold out. Why? There was a community. Content and building the know, the like, and the trust factor. We have blogs and articles. People subscribe for blogs. There's a platform called, oh my God, what's the platform again? Oh God. Substack. Substack. Now, Substack is like a platform where people can subscribe and pay for weekly newsletters of articles and blogs from their favorite people. We have podcasts. These are product type. I launched a product for one of my clients, And it was a paid product, but it was podcast style. Every morning, a new podcast goes out. You listen to the podcast. You come back to the learning hub. You do your thing. So these are the different product types that you can leverage. I have to run quickly. Then we move to launch strategy. There is no monetization without launching. There's no product development without launching. Please excuse me. So we move to the launch strategy. Strategy number one: set clear goals. What do I want to achieve? I want to get 100 parents. If I want to get 100 parents, that means I need to reach at least 10,000 parents. Because the general rule of marketing is that your marketing only converts about 5 to 10% of the people you have in your list. So if you have 100 people in your community, you launch a product, expect only 5 people to buy, or even one to five. So you have to set clear goals. If I want to get 100, I have to get that product to the faces of at least 10,000 parents. Oh, I use parents because that's my my demographic. Please pardon me. Whoever is your demographic, people that you're targeting, you need to reach at least 10,000 of them. You're looking to convert 100. If you're looking to convert 1,000, you should reach at least 100,000 people with your content. So setting your clear goals will that help you know who am I targeting? Where will I find them? What community? Each of my products always launch with a wait list. A wait list are people who are interested in that product. So once I have that wait list, I create my content, I channel them to the wait list. So when we launch the product, there are people, an army of people waiting in the wait list to buy the product. We have content marketing, creating content around, right? We have content marketing, which involves creating content solely around what you're trying to do, or rather, around the goals you're trying to reach. The next one will be teasers and sneak peeks. Teasers and sneak peeks could be while you're recording the video, feedback from your audience, a little sneak peek of the webinars. If this was my webinar, I would have somebody recording me. When I'm done, I put it up on my post, content marketing. Then of course, launch platforms. Where am I launching? Am I launching on Facebook, in a closed up audience, in a community? Where exactly am I launching? The next will be freebies. In building your audience, you will need freebies. Am I going to give a free ebook? Am I going to give a free course to attract these people to build my audience? I'm running now. I hope you're getting value. Then, what are the detailed launch strategies? Pre-order. I talked about pre-order, one of my templates. Pre-order. If you are at pre-order, you can buy. Excuse me, I want to this as an example. So, this is one of my boss's books, and one thing we always use at the academy is pre-order. So at every time we're going to say to you, this book is going to sell at 3,500 at launch. But if you pre-order, you're going to get it for 1,000, 2,000 naira. Then you save 60%. So pre-order is huge. It's a huge strategy in your launch strategy. You can use flash sale. I could easily do a flash sale. Let's say that I have an abundance of courses that I do have. I can decide on a particular day that, okay, I'm going to give my courses all for a flash sale of 90% off. So if I had a product for 10,000, I can decide that it will go for 2,000 naira. I slash the price and I leverage mass purchase because it's lower in price. I would have more people buy it, right? So I could use flash sale. Another one is early bird strategy. Let's say that I have, so pre-order is often for product courses, but early bird could be also for courses as well. Early bird could be also for courses. Now, what will this entail? An early bird offer. It is that this course is going to launch on the 1st of December. But if you purchase it from now till the 1st of November, you get the first early bird discount of, let's say that the main cost of the course is 50,000. You get early bird of 25,000. Then if you buy on so day, you get early bird of 30,000. So you could use it. Because of that discount you're giving, it will encourage people to buy. We have limited time offer. The early bird discount for this course is only between the 1st to the 12th of this month. After the 12th of this month, you're going to have to pay more. You use what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. We have bundle deals, packaging all your products and selling probably on Black Friday, Children's Day, on the significant or your birthday. You bundle your product and you do like a slash and give it like a bundle price. We have VIP launch. We are launching at this, but if you want a this, you pay the VIP this. We have better launch. Better launch is ready for apps and all. We have affiliate launch, getting people to sell the product to get in and a discount and all. We have launch party strategy. This is usually for books and all of that, or events, using events to launch your product. Now, these are ways that you can leverage to launch the product that you have monetized. Now, I hope you've got one thing, and honestly, for me, if there's anything that you should take away from this monetization strategies I've just shared with you, it is that content is king. As soon as you've identified your knowledge gold mine, go all out with your content. With your content, you can sell. With your content, you can build your brand. With your content, you can build trust. With your content, you can get your audience to like you. With your content, you can build a community of people who are gallantly standing, waiting for you at any time to purchase your product. Of course, time will fail me to break this down into larger details. I'm going to ensure to do that in the recorded part of this course. Thank you so much again to Mr. Joseph F. Young for this opportunity, and thank you to the team at Be Exceptional. God bless you. Over to you, team.
All right, thank you very much, my precious. I'm very happy to be part of this class. It's quite amazing. What a value! What a value! I must say thank you very much. I am not just impressed, but I have learned so much from what you've given out. That was a premium content. Thank you very much. I so much appreciate you. And because of time, I want to say that we won't attend to questions right now, but when the questions will come, I think I'll still reach out to you and then maybe expect some answers. I don't
That's
think that will
totally
be a
fine.
problem. Mm.
That's totally fine. That's totally
Oh,
fine.
okay. Oh, please, thank you very much for the session. You've done a wonderful job with your session, and it's quite amazing. We're gonna take care of this and own it as our own property because we love it. I love it so much. Thank you very much for coming around and for delivering your session effectively. We are going to get to you with time for subsequent activity because we love that energy and we want to partner with you for further classes and training. Thank you very much, Pa. I
You're
so much
welcome.
appreciate. All right, all
You're
right.
welcome. Thank you so much, everyone. And I would like to end with a parting note,
Thank you,
which
thank you.
is right. So I would like to end with a parting note, which
Okay.
is to become. That's actually what I want to end with. That whatever you learn today, you can decide to take it as one of those things, or you could decide to actually own it, like Mr. Godwin said, own it and just go on to become. Please don't just take this as, oh, that woman said no. If you act on what you've learned today, it could change your life as it changed my life 4 years ago. Thank you so much. I'm deeply honored to do this with you guys. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye. Thank you.